while I get going, I need you guys to help me figure out what we're talking about. I know what I want to talk about, but we'll see. We'll see. It might be a little loud. People are lighting fireworks like it's already the 4th of July. And but I was just on TikTok and I was talking about spiritual bondage and demonic oppression. We could get into that, but I'm gonna wait a minute and see how many people join in. I'll wait for a couple people to join in. I don't know if anybody are because I haven't been live in a long time. A lot has happened since the last time I've been live. A lot has happened, and I want to start going live more again. I want to really get back into this because I used to have a lot of fun with you guys going live. I used to have some good conversations going on. Yeah, I want to see if you guys have any questions or any topics of conversation we could talk about. Turn that light on too, a little brighter in here. And I just got my stove set up and I haven't cooked in a very long time, so we're gonna get it going. We'll see what happens here. Since I haven't been live, I haven't been on YouTube like that. Been mostly focusing on TikTok. And we'll see what happens. Whoa. Let's see. Alright. How you guys doing? Welcome in. Trying to see what you guys want to talk about. You love my stream. Hi. What you guys doing? I haven't been live in a while, but I just got my stove set up, so I'm trying to cook something real quick. Hi, welcome in. I was just on TikTok talking about demonic oppression and spiritual bondage, but I want to see what you guys want to talk about. What am I cooking? I think I'm gonna make some steak and potatoes, and I don't know what else yet. I'm just going with it. It's gonna be a little loud because they're lighting fireworks like crazy. But yeah, so I was on TikTok talking about spiritual bondage and demonic oppression. And if any of you guys watched my things before, I used to be oppressed by demons, and I had some people do witchcraft on me. I know Sticks Flyer. And I was talking about how I was oppressed and how I did a lot of things that I don't even remember why I did them. And how I lost my home. I lost the girl I wanted to marry. I almost lost my job. I was basically almost homeless. And until I gave my life back to God, I couldn't break free. Yeah, potatoes are going to be fire. I got to peel them and cut them right now. But if you guys have any topics you want to talk about or any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be here for a little minute because I haven't been on YouTube in a while. But yeah, a little update. I got my own place. And I moved, so now I have my own place to be able to go live and talk and everything. Yeah. How you guys been? Honestly, my life has been amazing. This last year, like I said, I went from losing everything to almost being homeless to I have the car I always wanted. I have my own apartment. I have a career, not just a regular job. Like, I mean, I can't complain. Everything's been a blessing. I mean, besides one thing, but you know, God's gonna move. We'll get there. Yeah, it's been really good. Don't get me wrong, I still have my battles, but I can't complain at all. God's been amazing, and I haven't been on here as much because I've been on TikTok. I've been doing videos on TikTok a lot. Oh, me too. Me too. I love when people have good stories. Really do. So tired of seeing all the brokenness and everything else. So when you hear a good story like that, it's just so uplifting. How you been though? But yeah. Let me know if you guys have any topics you want to talk about or any questions. Talk about everything. Yeah, I don't know. I like live on YouTube way better than TikTok. Yo, what up? What up? What up? Yeah, TikTok live is something different. I can't get used to it. I like chilling with you guys on YouTube way better. I mean, a quick little video on TikTok, that's different, but I don't know. You remember last time I was doing live was in my car when I was living with people. But what do you think? What do you guys think about everything going on in the world? How you guys feel about it? Yeah, I love YouTube. YouTube is my like go-to. Yeah. Yeah, TikTok be don't get me wrong, I like TikTok, but my algorithm on TikTok right now is messed up. Like it's all about like love and heartbreak and everything, and I gotta figure out how to change that. I don't know how that happened. Yeah. So it gets depressing on there. But YouTube, yeah, especially when I'm at work, I let YouTube. I watch so much YouTube all the time while I'm working. But no, I met some nice people on TikTok. Some really nice people. And it's coming along. But yeah, so, but I can't even pronounce your name. I don't want to butcher it. But yeah, hit me with some topics. What do you guys want to talk about? And this is my first time cooking in my new apartment, really. Yeah, sizzling. Yeah, yeah. I gotta cut the potatoes after this. This is my first time cooking in this apartment. I just got my stove hooked up. And, I don't know. It's hard for me to cook now because I used to cook a lot for my ex fiance, and yeah, Charizard's a Pokemon. And I lost my passion to want to cook all the time after one of these streams. I'm gonna show you. I have the original Charizard card. I just got my original Pokemon cards back. But yeah, Umbreon. Yeah, that one's cool. Eevee turns into a gang of different Pokemon. Yeah, so I got all my original Pokemon cards back from when I was in junior high and elementary when they first came out. So I'm excited about that. Oh, do you? That's crazy. I don't know a lot of the new cards or a lot of the new Pokemon because I haven't been on it like that, but VR chat. Oh, okay. You guys play Pokemon Go? My sister and some of my family do. I haven't got into it yet, but I was thinking about it. I just don't have that much time like that. I want to though. But yeah, yeah. So where I live in California, I guess they're having a Pokemon Go thing at the beach. I think it's Long Beach. I think it's tomorrow. Oh, that sucks. I got like 10 folders of Pokemon cards. Now that my kids are getting older, they're trying to jack me. But yeah, I was a big collector. I spent so much money on cards, it's crazy. What am I doing? I gotta get my potatoes ready. Damn, where'd you have a flood at? What state was this? Get my potatoes ready real quick. I bet, dude. They get so expensive now. I just sold a big lot of sealed um, booster packs and like sets and everything for like $500 because I had too much stuff. But I bought a big old TV instead. But yeah, bub, yeah. But where'd that flood happen at? Where all your stuff got messed up? Where were you living at? Was it like a storm or was it just like your house flooded? I'm trying to turn before I do this. But yeah, I'm checking in with you guys because I haven't been on here in a while. And I want to really get this going again. Juliet. Where's that at? What state is that? But yeah, give me topics. What do you guys want to talk about? Oh, that sucks. A burst pipe? Damn. Yeah, that sucks too. Scarlet and Violet? Yeah, I have a folder of those too. See, I'm OG though. I like the original sets. Like, I like all the original cards, but I guess the newer generations don't care so much for the newer ones. Illinois? Oh, okay. You guys would be having tornadoes and stuff out there, huh? I don't know. I would probably panic if that happened to me. We get earthquakes in California. Earthquakes, I'm used to that, but a tornado, I'd freak out. How old are you guys? I have a folder of Crown Zenith too. My favorite Pokemon? You guys are gonna laugh. Don't laugh at me. Side up. That's my favorite Pokemon. I don't know why. I don't know. Yeah, but that's my favorite. Yeah, he's legit. I just like how even though he's so small, like once he explodes, he could wipe out everything. Bad. I barely watched that Pikachu detective movie. I just didn't like how they made the voice of Pikachu. I thought they could have did so much better. It was good. I just didn't like whoever how they had him play the voice of Pikachu. I was just like, I didn't feel like it went like that. But yeah, I went through my folder because I haven't went through it, and I got so many promo cards and Mews and what else was in there? Japanese cards, a lot of different stuff. Yeah, I didn't like the full adult. I was thinking the same thing. It would have been so much better. But the movie wasn't bad. It really wasn't. They actually did really good on it. But that voice just bugged me the whole movie. That voice bugged me. I was just like, yeah. They could have did so much better. But welcome in everybody. I'm just cooking, and we could talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Ask me whatever. While I'm here. A movie? Dude, I'm probably way older than you guys, but I have a couple. Drop Dead Fred. That's a classic. I don't know if you guys even heard of that. The Sandlot. What else? I can think of a lot more. The Goonies. What else? Autocorrect. Put doing in front of the what? How old are you guys? Because you guys are going to make me feel old. Wait, hold on. I'm trying to finish this. I'm going to end up burning my food, watch. But yeah. I think movies were better way back then. Oh, you're a baby. Okay. Yeah, I think movies were way better back then compared to now. And then when they remake the old ones, they ruin it. So you're 15, so you don't even really care what's going on in the world or nothing. I miss those days. Hold on. I don't want to burn my food. Hold on. I cook my potatoes real quick. If you ever cook steak, use the same grease from the steak to cook your potatoes in. It gives it a lot more flavor. Act like this is a cooking show. But yeah. Let me see the steak. Oh, dude, it's all chopped up. Let me see. I know. It's hard to see. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna make some burritos with it or some tostadas or what, but I know I'm making some potatoes next right now. You watched my old lives, huh? This was like 6 months ago, 7 months ago. I think it was you. Oh, thank you. It looks good. Yeah, I try. Like I said, I haven't cooked in a minute. Alright, dude, I'll see you. But I don't know how we got on Pokemon. Most thing I go live and post about is Christianity and Jesus and my walk with God and things I've been through. I don't know how we went that other route, but it's cool. I'll talk about anything. Bye. I'll see you next time. But yeah, whatever you guys want to talk about, I'm down for it while I'm cooking. I haven't been on here in a while. I miss going live with you guys. I used to have a lot of fun. Even though I used to just be sitting in my car going live. But yeah, I've been on TikTok a lot more. And I was just talking about demonic oppression and spiritual bondage and open doors and some craziness like that. But yeah. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to talk about. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I miss all my people that used to join the stream and we used to talk for a long time. What's up? What's up? Not a robber. What's up, dude? Hi. How are you? You look familiar. That name sounds familiar. Did you join one of my older streams? I haven't streamed in a minute. How are you? How are you? Hope everything is good. Oh, that's good to hear, dude. I love hearing that. There's so much chaos and evil in the world. I love hearing when people are good. That's really a blessing. Yeah. How you been? How's everything? Anything new in life? Please share. Oh, you watch my videos? Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Trying to get the word out. Oh, did you? How was it? I didn't get to go to the men's events this year. It was fire? That's right. There's nothing like being in a room full of Christians, especially men worshiping, feeling that power and feeling God just moving there. Dude, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like that. Yeah, I met a lot of pastors this last year, especially at my church. We had a lot of guest pastors, and I met a lot of big pastors from around the country. But I missed the men's events, and I'm really upset about that because one of my favorite pastors was preaching at the men's events this year. And I watch him all the time on YouTube, but I didn't get to go. But yeah, there's nothing like a Christian camp or a Christian men's conference like that. I'll tell you, feeling the power of God in a room with that many people worshiping and like feeling the love and everything else, dude, it's just crazy. You need that. You need that refill, like to God to refill you up and put the Holy Spirit in you like that, dude. That's why people don't understand like about going to church. Like watching it online is cool, but being in the atmosphere and in the presence, like it's just really different. So worship was pretty amazing. I bet, dude. I still have the videos from my men's conference of the other year, and it just blew my mind because that was like the first year I gave my life back to God, and I was barely experiencing everything again, and it just blew my mind. I was just looking around, looking at everybody, and I'm just like, wow, this is crazy, and you could feel it. Blessings to you too. Welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, dude, keep going. Any kind of church events like that, anything you could be linked into, Bible studies. At our church, they're called DJ groups. It's discipleship groups, and yeah, just stay linked in. You need family. We need community. It's hard when you try to do it by yourself. It's hard, dude. You get hit, and you need people to uplift you. It's hard when you have people that don't know God and like you try to explain stuff to them and they look at you like they're crazy, like you're crazy because they don't understand spiritual warfare and stuff like that. It was on a mountain. There was. Dude, that's amazing. Yeah, when I went to my men's conference, it was in the mountains. Yeah, sometimes you gotta cut that phone off, dude. You gotta cut all distractions and just, like, even if it's only 30, 40 minutes, go in a room, pitch quiet, no TV, no phone, nothing, and just say, God, your servant's here, just speak to me. Like, give me a word. I want to hear you. I want to feel your presence. Like, and he will. And people don't understand how much, like, that takes off of you and, like, how refreshed and, like, especially if you could start your day like that. Dude, it's amazing. But that's good, dude. Yeah, stay linked in. God is good. God is good. Yeah. But I don't know if you heard of him. His name's Jeremy Flowers. He's a really big pastor. I watch him on YouTube, and he came to the men's conferences here at our church, and I missed it. And he's one of my favorite pastors. I met Vlad Savchuk. I met Mike Signorelli. I met Isaiah Salvador. I met a lot of pastors this last year. Powerful, powerful men of God. Yeah, there's nothing like it, dude. Like compared to just being lost in the world and having your whole life change, it's amazing that God saved me. Cause I was a mess up, dude. I was messed up really bad, really bad. I hurt a lot of people. You know, like I said, just a year ago, I was basically homeless. I lost the girl I wanted to marry. I lost my home. I almost lost my job, even though it was a horrible job. And yeah, this last year, God's turned everything around. I'm driving the car I always wanted. I got my own place. I got a new job. It's a career. You know, God has been so good to me. And there's times where I don't even feel like I deserve it. But that's the enemy. I'm blessed. Welcome in. Was it Alonzo? Welcome in, welcome in. I'm blessed. Thank you for asking. How are you? Yeah, I'm just cooking. And I just wanted to chat it up with you guys. If you guys have any recommendations on what you guys want to talk about, shoot it. But yeah, it's Alonzo. All right, bet. But yeah, so I moved into my new apartment. Steak and potatoes. I moved into my new apartment, and I barely got a stove set up. And since I lost my ex-fiance, because I used to cook for her a lot, like I haven't had the passion to want to cook, and I've been asking God to just let His presence be here and help me heal from certain things and get back into cooking and like living life and being happy. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm happy though. Like now I could stream. Now I could be on live and not be in a car all loud. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. Make some burritos, or I could throw some more beans. I could throw some beans on it too. I don't know. But I was like, man, God, I'm gonna cook something and talk to some of the peoples. Yeah, I'm still dealing. I'm still hurting on that. You know, the devil's a liar. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know if you haven't watched. I'm gonna give you a quick rundown about what happened to me. So about a year and a half ago, well, that's when everything really broke. That's when everything happened. But I was so hurt with people. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I was so hurt with people and Christians, and I thought everyone was fake, and I just stopped going to church, and I turned my back on God, and then I started studying New Age. I didn't know it was called New Age. I just thought I was being spiritual, crystals and sage and all that. And since I had all those open doors and everything, someone that didn't like me and my ex-girlfriend put witchcraft on me, and it tore my life up, dude. It didn't happen overnight. Slowly, I started changing. I started hearing voices in my head. I had things telling me lies. I started like not caring if she would cry or not caring. I moved out of our room. I had voices in my head telling me all these things that weren't true, and I caused a lot of pain and damage. And still to this day, it's pretty foggy, and I don't even understand why I did some of the things. This is what I was talking about on TikTok, and dude, like because I had those open doors, it hit me really hard. And so it got to the point where we're separating and we're losing our apartment. And I didn't talk to my mom because I had so much unforgiveness, and I didn't want to forgive for the hurt they caused me. And that's one of the biggest things that contributed to me getting lost. Yeah, the hurt, dude. If you have any unforgiveness, please forgive. It's not even for the other people, it's for you. Because that unforgiveness will have you do things, say things, and make decisions that you would never make if you forgave. But so I didn't talk to her, and then my ex fiance, she's younger than me, and she don't know God as much as I did. So she didn't know how to fight in the spirit. She didn't know about my favorite color, white. She didn't know how to fight in spiritual warfare. You know, she tried her best. She was praying, but yeah. So once I found out what was actually happening, I collapsed and gave my life back to God. And I told God like I'll be a sacrifice. You know, like I'm sorry. I don't want control of my life no more. I ruined my own life. So many times I hurt so many people. Like I'm gonna commit my life to be a sacrifice to help her heal, um, and just serve whatever you want. Cause I didn't want to do YouTube. I didn't want to do TikTok. I never wanted to do any of this. I hate being on camera. I'm a real introvert, and I keep to myself. But after I gave my life back to God, He told me, um, teach my word to my children, and I'm like, well, I was like, God, I don't want to do that. I don't want to. I'm not a pastor. I don't want to preach. I don't want to do that. And He just kept telling me over and over, and I said, all right, if that's what you want me to do, I'll do it. So I started. My life started transforming, but by then, the people that were around her and were encouraging the breakup and encouraging. Real quick, you asked if he was a good guy. You know, the Bible says no one's good but God. Jesus said that. But so we split up, and now stepping out. Conversation takes place. Yeah, it does. Like it's still hard for me because God told me to put my whole life out there, and like I said, I kept to myself. I'm a real like introvert. I don't like being on camera. I don't like, you know. He said, use your pain as a platform. Everything you've been through, and if I can help one person, one man, one woman, not lose their marriage or their family, dude, it'll be so worth it. The devil wants to destroy families and men and women, and especially the men, because if he could destroy the man, the rest of the household could collapse. Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does. Obedience is key. Obedience is better than sacrifice, and I learned that the hard way. But yeah, if God tells you something, do it. Don't wait. Don't wait to do it. Do it. But so we lost the apartment. We went our separate ways, and dude, I hated that because I wanted to. I proposed to her, like but so I took time to get myself together. God said, you need to learn how to lead. You need you want a wife. You need to be able to provide. You need to be able to teach. You need to be able to be everything they need you to be. So I took a year to get myself together and try to learn. Good night, Alonzo. I'll see you next time, dude. I took a year to get myself together and learn and read as much as I could, and how God transformed my life. And I went from living with people to riding an electric scooter to work. And I got hit by 3 cars on my electric scooter. Like, God really put you to the test. When He's testing you and stretching you, like, He puts you to the test, dude, and it's not comfortable. Like, I hate it. I got hit 3 times on my electric scooter riding to work. But yeah, God blessed me with the car I always wanted. And I'm gonna tell you guys something funny. He gave me my own apartment. I have my own 2-bedroom apartment. I live by myself. My kids come a lot, but um, He gave me everything material wise that someone could want. And I realized that none of that stuff makes you happy. None of that stuff completes you. And I was like, wow, God, like, nothing like love, family, relationship, like, dude, stuff that really matters. But yeah, so um, I'm still trying to heal. I still miss her a lot. We don't really talk like that. She has stuff she has to work through, and only God could do a lot of things. Yeah, it's all God, bro. It's not me. It's all God. I've been I haven't. How can I put it? If I think if I would have stayed as committed, I could have been a lot further. But for some reason, I branched out to TikTok, and I'm barely up to like 500 on TikTok, which that's a blessing because I talk to a lot of people on there, and I got to speak into a lot of people and help them out, and that's a blessing because like if you guys would have knew me like when I was in the world and bad, you would have been like, dude, you're never gonna preach or talk to people. You can't help no one. You can't even help yourself. But yeah, it's a blessing, though. I don't. I every day I trip out and be like, dang God, like if someone would have told me I would have been doing this a year ago, I would have been like, you're a liar. But it's just consistency, and no matter how broken I feel, no matter if I'm having a bad day or crying, still making that video, still posting God's word, still trying to feed and uplift His children, you know what I mean? And I try my best. There's times where I'll miss a day here and there. I really try not to. But it gets rough, dude. There's days where you're like, you just want to hide in a hole. You don't want to be on camera and telling people like what's going on or how you feel or trying to uplift when you could barely even uplift yourself. But yeah, God's good. You know what I mean? I owe Him everything. He owes me nothing. I really can't complain. Yeah. But yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a crazy journey. I didn't even think I would be doing this right now. But yeah, I was saying earlier how I like YouTube Live way better than TikTok Live. TikTok has way too much buttons and all this extra stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I like chilling with y'all on YouTube way better. Yeah, my testimony. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you if you want to hear it. I'll run a lot of it by you. It's up to you. I'm here to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. You guys let me know. Yeah, when God put you through that fire, man. Like I said, like I wouldn't take back anything that happened, even though it hurt like hell, because I see what I understand way more now what God was doing in my life. Because if I didn't go through all that, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys today. I wouldn't be preaching the word. I wouldn't. Who knows? I probably would have just been on drugs or like alcohol, or running the streets all crazy. You want to hear it? All right, bet. Let me find the lid for my pan real quick, and I'll start sharing it with you. All right, we're gonna go all the way back. We're gonna go all the way to my childhood. so you guys could get a deep understanding of how my life was. Alright, so growing up, I grew up in a household where parents were on drugs. My real father, my biological dad, was murdered when I was 7. And I was raised more by my stepdad. And he was a drunk in and out of prison. We had so many guns coming in and out of our house. And I would say I never even knew who God was or anything about religion or anything like that till I was like 13. Oh, thank you. So not knowing God or anything, I seen demons and stuff in our houses, because when you do drugs, especially hard drugs, and you have all that, it opens up doors. So we would be outside and we would see things flying around the room. Cupboards would open and slam. Things would fly across our house. And this, you gotta think, I'm like a little kid. I don't understand. So, I was brought up in a dysfunctional household. Divorce, addiction, all this stuff ran into my family. So growing up was kind of hard. And I lived in messed up neighborhoods where a lot of gangs, a lot of just drugs, violence, all this stuff. So I was in and out of church starting around 13 and up, but never knew God like that. It was just like, your parents forced you to go, or my grandpa, he was a big Christian. And so I never knew God like that. I never had a real relationship with him like that. Nothing like now. So as a teenager, I started messing around with gangs, started gang banging. I did drugs. I've been in car accidents. I've been shot at. I've been stabbed. I've been jumped by 5 people with crowbars. I've been in car accidents. I should be in prison or dead, honestly. But, so my life growing up was really hard. It was like, my dad never taught me how to be a man or anything. He taught me how to survive in the streets and prison. Because he used to tell me growing up that I was going to end up in prison. So he taught me all the prison politics and rules and things like that. But besides that, he never taught me anything or really did dad things. And I understand now he was never taught it either, so I can't be mad at him for not knowing how to do something he was never shown or taught. But he was never a Christian. Still to this day, my stepdad still drinks, still bitter, and still just... But, so my grandpa and my mom started serving God, and I watched her and my grandpa, and I started getting curious about God. And I still wasn't like serious like that. I was running the streets. I was being with different girls. I was just acting crazy. I always had guns on me. I always had weapons. I ran from the police. I've been in car chases from the police. Everything you could think of like that, I've probably done it. And I got to a point to where like I didn't know what to do with myself. So one of a girl I knew since she was like 11, me and her would see each other back and forth and then like disappear for years. So when she was 18 and I was like 20, she ended up getting pregnant, and I ended up marrying her, not because it was the right thing to do or I loved her, but it was an agreement. I didn't propose, nothing like that. I just felt like, it was the right thing to do, and it was a way out of my life out of that time, because I couldn't get out of the streets. I couldn't get out of the gangs. I couldn't get out of doing all the things I was doing. I was tired of being shot at, honestly. I tired of being jumped. I was tired of, like, almost dying. Even though I wasn't scared of death, like, I just didn't want to become a nurse. And since my dad wasn't a dad, I wanted to be a dad to my kids. So I got married like at 19 or 20. And, oh, so I'm burning my potatoes. So I knew God and she knew God, but still, I was never taught to be the leader and take control of the family and made sure, we read the Bible together, we worship together, we go to church. Everything was just what I seen growing up. The chaos, the arguing, the fighting, the the broken home thing that you see growing up. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying my marriage was all bad because I was married for 13 years, and all my kids are from her. And so I'm gonna speed it up to the end because our marriage, we had a lot of ups and downs and a lot of stuff. But that whole time, I never stepped up as a man to lead and be the person okay, we're going to church, we're gonna have Bible study, we're doing this to do this. Because without God, no relationship could really last or be really happy like that. Without God guiding you and holding Him being your foundation, dude, it's gonna break. So at the end of our marriage, she ended up cheating, and I couldn't do it, dude. I told God and that's when I really started to know God because I was so broken from her cheating, dude. Because I may have been a scumbag in a lot of ways, but I have loyalty tattooed on my hand. Let's see if you can see it. I'm not a cheater. That's one thing I can never be. I think that's disgusting. Just leave the person. Cheating is disgusting to me. So, she moved the new dude into the house. My kids got messed up in the head. This dude is looks satanic, piercings everywhere, tattoos, skinny little goth looking kid. And I tried to fight him. He didn't want to fight me. I did all the stuff a guy would do. But God told me do you really want it to work with her or not? And honestly, I said, honestly, God, no, because I would never be able to fully forgive her, and I would treat her like crap the rest of her life. So I told God, nah, she chose him, she could have him, and be on my way. So what did I do? My dumb self, since I was so broken, went back to the streets, roaming the streets, being with girls, drinking, doing all these things. I wasn't doing the gang stuff or anything like that anymore. But yeah, I was I learned my lesson. God showed me everything I did wrong in my marriage, how I didn't lead, how I didn't build a foundation on Him, how, I didn't do everything as a man I should have done. And yeah, I didn't learn my lesson. So ran back to the streets, and I was even taking Xanax. I was addicted to pills for a while. And I ended up getting in a bad car accident, totaled my car. I woke up in the hospital. And I could have died. And I told God, God, I need you to send me somebody. I need you to send me a person like this. And I was in detail because God says when you ask for something, be specific. So I said, I want a girl that's going to love me, that needs me, that will give me that love and attention I need, that will be loyal, that will be this, boom, boom, boom. Laid it all out. And God blessed me with her. And we were in church at first, everything was amazing, dude. Everything was amazing. And what happened? Me and her got thrown out from where we were staying, and I got bitter. And that's when I got bitter at my family and everyone else. So I had so much unforgiveness and bitterness and everything. I stopped going to church. And the crazy part is the devil will let your life still not be that bad and not cause chaos in it if you're not serving God and you're not causing him any problems. So me and her rebuilt up enough and we got our own apartment. But like I said, I wasn't serving God or anything. And this is when I started getting into New Age. Like I said, I didn't know it was New Age when I got into it. I thought I was being spiritual. And I didn't know they called it New Age until after I get my life back to God this time, when I really know God. So I thought I was being spiritual, manifestation, meditating, saging my house. Now that I look back at it, I'm like, really? Lighting sage and putting it's gonna scare the devil and demons away? That makes no sense. It's so stupid. I don't know how I got so manipulated and yeah. But I had crystals. I thought they had energy and will protect me with dreams and this. I listened to binaural beats and dude, I was in it. Like I never went to tarot cards. I never messed with witchcraft. I never did anything like that because remember, I still knew of God and I still knew about God. So I knew those things were not of God. I knew that was bad. That's not stuff you want to play with. So I didn't go that far. But the devil had me where he wanted me. He was using the gifts God gave me for to use it for evil. So I'm teaching people about the new age things. I'm telling them this. I'm selling crystals. I'm selling bracelets, sage, you know. And like I said, my girlfriend, my ex fiance, she's a lot younger than me. So she don't know God the way like that. So she when I prayed for a girl, I said, God, I need a girl that I could lead that would follow my lead. And she was that. She was everything I possibly wanted and could ask for. There's nothing more I could have ever wanted. And she followed me, and I took us downhill. And it don't get. Let me tell you, our life wasn't bad. You know, we had our own place. She had a new car. She had a good job. I had a job. Like, you know, it wasn't bad. But once that devil got into my mind and I got oppressed by demons, that's when stuff started going bad. The, and I'm not going to say who did it because I don't want to put them on blast out there, but I know who put witchcraft on us. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like the devil let us be comfortable. You know what I mean? Like he let us be comfortable in life. I wasn't. If you compare like say what I go through now, I wasn't going through spiritual warfare. I wasn't going through attacks all crazy like that. It was none of that. It was just chill. You know, we smoked weed together. We go to the movies. We chill. Like you know, our love was 100% real, and where our hearts were with each other, all that was real. So I don't know if the devil knew I was gonna change my life, or if he like just knew God was gonna work in me. So he said, "All right, it's time to." Oh, thank you for that comment. Yeah. So out of nowhere, the devil started manipulating my mind, and then the witchcraft started hitting too. So I was lost. They put a time spell where I was lost in time. I didn't realize how much time was passing. I didn't talk to my mom for like 3 years. I didn't see my kids really that much, and I didn't really even talk to them that much. Like I was so oblivious to time. And they put a separation spell to break me and her up. And so all of a sudden, I started getting these crazy thoughts, like crazy thoughts, and I'm like, what? So then I would start arguing with her, and there'll be times I'll sit there and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what's going on? And then that's when, boom, I started hearing the demonic voices in my head. And I'm sitting here like the way I'm talking to you and you could hear me, that's what I'm hearing. Oh, she don't love you. She only loves her family. You can't trust her. You'll be better on your own. But just like boom, boom. And this is constantly, like your mind's getting bombarded nonstop. Yeah, I know, right? I lost control. Devil's a liar. Hold on, let me get some to drink. I lost control of my own body. I lost control of the things I would say. Um, I don't remember exactly why I did it, but we had a two-bedroom apartment at the time, and I moved from us that had our room together to the other room. I can't tell you exactly why I did it. It's foggy, it's blurry, I don't remember. But after the devil separated me to the other room, he had all the time in the world to just attack my mind, because then I was alone, and then there was no love, there was no hugging, there was no cuddling, there was no kiss, there was no nothing. So I was in the room by myself, and all I was just getting bombarded with all these thoughts, boom, 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 nonstop, and I would be fighting back, and I'd be like, no, I love her, no, no, that's not true, I love her though, no, 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 like I'd be trying to fight back, and no, just constant bombarding, and I was so tired, I was so drained, all I wanted to do was sleep. I would go to work, get high, and sleep. That's all I would do. I had no energy for nothing. And she would be knocking at the door crying. This is what she told me, and I don't even remember her doing this. This is how far gone, like, I lost myself. She would be knocking at the door crying, try to get me to come back to the room or try to talk to me, and I would totally ignore it. And, like, when I think of it now, it breaks my heart, like, a lot, because I can't imagine doing that to her. And, yeah, it just, so after that, she started breaking, and from all that heartbreak and everything, because you got to imagine, I treated her like a princess. I never yelled at her, I didn't raise my voice at her, I opened the car door, I carried the groceries, I never let her throw the trash. Like, that was my princess. Like, I treated her like a queen. Like, she never seen a bad angry side or any violent anything like that. So when I did that, it devastated her, because I when you go from getting treated a certain way all that time to that, dude, I can only imagine how she felt. So that's when the devil started working on her, and then the witchcraft started hitting her. And then she went from trying to fight for us, reading her Bible, um, to just totally not caring. Her heart got hard, not caring. Like, people in her life, family was like encouraging her to leave, blah blah blah, this that, and oh, just throw them out. I can move it. Like, her sister wanted to move in there with her kids because her baby daddy left her, and I'm like, damn, dude. Like, I was with her 4 years, and, like, it's crazy how fast people will switch up and how fast they will encourage negativity. But and then I gotta understand, like how Jesus said on the cross, forgive them, for they don't know what they have done. They don't know God like that. They're hurt, they're bitter. They seen how I treated her. Not saying I'm perfect. I'm not perfect, but dude, don't get me wrong. When I'm in a relationship, especially her, dude, I put her on a pedestal. I love that girl. Like, I would die for her. I would do anything for her. But yeah, so her sister was trying to get her to let her move in the apartment with her and get me thrown out. So she was getting encouraged all this negativity and to get rid of me. No one was saying, "Oh, pray, try to work it out." Da 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 da. He's trying. Nothing like that. So this is gonna get crazy. When God tells you to do something, do it. So God told me, go buy a ring, propose to her. And I'm like, God, she don't want to talk to me. She's never even here no more. She don't want nothing to do with me. But you want me to go buy a wedding ring and propose to her? And you got to understand, my first wife, I didn't propose to her. I didn't. It was an agreement. So what I do? Got on my electric scooter, rode to the mall, bought a ring, and came home, asked if I could talk to her, and I proposed. She told me no, and dude, it broke me. I mean, I knew she was gonna say no, but I'm not gonna lie. Going to buy the ring felt right. It felt like the right thing to do. Like, it was cool. Like, I just knew, like, God explained why He wanted me to do that now. But at the time, I had no idea. Like, I knew she was gonna say no. So she said no. I would cry to her. I got on my hands and knees, like, I apologized. I try to explain the situation, what happened, like, that wasn't me. I'm sorry, like, you know. But how do you explain to somebody, I was under witchcraft, I was basically possessed by demons, and especially someone that don't really know God like that? How do you explain that and have it be logical to them to be like, oh, okay, so that's why that happened? She understands a lot more now, but you got to remember the devil's already been working on her. Her heart's already getting hard. So she cares, but her guard's up from being hurt and she don't want to be hurt again. And whatever the devil's telling her, whatever thoughts are coming in her mind, whatever her family's telling her, whatever her friends are telling, whatever everything else, I cannot get through that wall. So we end up splitting up, and I told God, and that's when I told God, like, I'll be a sacrifice. Like, I'm gonna sacrifice the rest of my life to serve you, to do whatever you ask of me, and to save her, and to save my family, and to um, I do my best to help teach men how to lead and keep their family together, to help families not be broken, to do whatever you ask me. And I want my wife. I want her back. Like, that was my queen. So that's when God told me to start doing YouTube. And I argued with him about that. Don't get me wrong. I argued with him about that for like 2 days. And nope, when God says something, you ain't arguing the issue with him. It's, you're going to do it or you're not going to be obedient. So that's when I started doing. So if you go back to my first videos on YouTube, you'll see my eyes are bloodshot because I was crying every day. I would take the strongest sleeping pills, ZQuil, whatever, and I would only be able to sleep maybe 30 minutes. Um, yeah. Yeah, I couldn't sleep. So for like I would say like 3, 4 months, my mom she was coming over a lot because I was messed up, dude. Like my mind and everything, like even though I was free, I was so heartbroken and crying my eyes out. And like I was so devastated that I let everything be destroyed. I let everything be destroyed because I was so foolish and I thought, oh, I everything was good and under control and I didn't need God and I was being spiritual and this and that. Like, so we didn't talk for a long time. Um, and I finally seen her again, and every time I see her, it's like, dude, nothing's changed. The emotions, the feeling, everything. Dude, it's exactly like, dude, that's my wife. But her heart's still hard, and there's things that she's going through and that people are telling her. I'm gonna tell you guys because I don't think they're gonna watch my video, and even if they do, I can care less. But they tell her, they use what God has done in my life to tear her down. So they tell her, look how good he's doing. Look at all the things going and good in his life, and look at you. Like, how are you gonna use what God did in my life to tear her down? That's crazy. It's disgusting. It's crazy. So she don't feel worthy. Um, her heart's broken. Her heart got hard, and once your heart gets hard, that's one of the hardest things to break. Um, I can't tell you everything else that goes on in her mind or how she feels because she really won't tell me. So God gave me visions. Every vision he has gave me has came true. There's still one I'm waiting on. And your your car okay, bro? Oh yeah, they're lighting fireworks outside. And but I'm just waiting, you know, when there's nothing I could do and I feel helpless in a lot of situations like that. There's not much I could do. I told God, like, I have to trust you. You gave me visions. You don't lie, and I pray for her every day. There's not one day that I have missed praying for her. That's why I said, like, I have everything, dude. I have my own place. I could buy, like, I make decent money. Um, I have my dream car, like, but none of that matters. God showed me none of that matters. I would give everything I own, everything I have, everything just to have her back. So, but yeah, that's the quick version of the story of my life and how I got here. But like I said, dude, I'm blessed. I can't complain. God has did amazing things in my life. Like, I've learned more in this year and a half than I have my whole life serving God. And I know serving God is not the easiest thing to do, and that there's still days where I want to give up, and there's still times I have hard days where I feel like I want to be reckless and just give up, but I know I can't. I already know the consequences. I know there's nothing else. I know there's nothing in this world to go back to. Sin never satisfies. Yeah, dude, like just imagine there's people that don't get free and the demons convince them to take themselves out or to hurt other people physically. Like people don't understand how real the demonic and demons and that part of life is. You see movies and you see things like that, but they don't think it's real. And that's why I'm like, you guys don't understand. As someone that has been possessed and like lost control of themselves, like, and I've seen demons and things fly. I had doors slammed, cupboards open, lights on and off. I've seen things that ain't natural. I've seen things that look like creatures that we don't have in this world. Like I've seen things that will make you like freak out, So I seen people be delivered. I seen demons coming out of people. Like when I got baptized, I had demons and stuff coming out of me. There's one time I was in my apartment when this happened after I gave my life back to God and I'm worshiping and I started like coughing up, spitting up this black stuff and I felt like something come out of me. How do you live with that? You don't have to live with that. The only reason I had to live with it when I was younger is because no one knew God. Nobody in my house was a Christian at that time. Um, it's hard to when it's hard to live with it because what it does, it how can I see? Its whole purpose is to wear you out physically and mentally to get you to want to kill yourself and drive you crazy. But like if you ever have something knocking at your door, but you look out the window or the people and nothing's there, don't open your door. Once you open that door, something comes in. But if you acknowledge it and start feeding into it, it's gonna come into your house and it's gonna stay there. But if you know God, nah, you rebuke that in the mighty name of Jesus. You can't be here. This is a house of God. Blah blah blah. Cast it out. Pray over all your house. Put holy oil. Dude, yeah, I want to start going into that kind of stuff too in the future because that's what I do. I could cast demons out of people and I bless people's houses. But yeah, if you're Christian, you know God, you don't have to deal with it. But for the people that don't, yeah, there's not much they're gonna be able to do unless they move. But they better hope it's not attached to them because if it's attached to you, no matter where you move, it's going with you. But if it's just attached to the house or an object, then yeah, most likely it can stay there. Oh yeah, dude. When you have you if you have a good Christian home, dude, and you don't have all kinds of bad stuff in your home and stuff, like I even have her come, she came over one time and she was like, I could feel the peace and everything in here. Yeah, I try really hard, dude, to make sure. I told you, like I threw away all my crystals, I threw away anything, all my Halloween decorations, because I was a big horror movie fan. And I had so many skulls and this and that and dude, like yeah. You'll feel the difference. Like the more closer that you get with God. Oh, thank you, Blake. I appreciate that. Yeah, I need all the prayer. You guys feel free to pray for me as much as possible, please. That God keeps me strong and I keep going and I pray that he changes her heart and then one day my goal is one day she'll be here on stream with me and we'll be in church worshiping together and our testimony together can help inspire so many people. That's my goal, though. But what was I saying? Yeah, you don't have to live with it. These just people don't understand. That's why the Bible says my people perish due to lack of knowledge, you know? Like, how do you fight against demonic and all that stuff if you don't read your word and you don't even know anything about it? So, yeah, that's my story, dude. Like, yeah, there's a lot of Psalms. But my favorite book in the Bible, and you could probably trip out on this. It's the first book I read when I gave my life back to God, and I feel like God was telling me this is what's gonna happen to you, so prepare. Was Job? Yeah, how Job got stripped of everything, and yeah, dude, that's how I feel. I'm like, God, you set me up. Yeah, Psalms is crazy long, but Psalms to me is like a love letter from God to us, dude. It's beautiful. Yeah. But yeah, I can't complain, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm still heartbroken. I'm still sad. Um, but I mean, God has given me so much, and I got to help a lot of people already. There's people I keep in contact with and check up on them, and and get to encourage and share my story and let people know that there's hope. God has a beautiful plan for you. I was like this ghetto kid from the hood, and I have an amazing job. Yeah, Job's something else. I was totally a Bible verse and he speaks to me. Yeah, dude, God will speak to you through Bible verses. He can speak to you through people. Um, there's only been a few times where I heard God's audible voice, and that was crazy. I got scared. But He'll speak through you through other people, through scripture, through sermons. God could speak through you in so many ways. And when it's God, you'll know it's God. And remember, God never makes you feel condemnation. You may feel conviction from sin, but never condemnation. Why do Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you. Plans of peace. Yeah, that's one of my favorite verses. But one of uh, Jeremiah 29:11, that's one of my top. And then 2 Timothy, is it 5:7, for God did not give you a spirit of fear, but love, peace, and a sound mind. That verse right there, that helped me get through so much. You guys want to see my scripture wall? Let me show you real quick. So this is how I feed myself the word when I'm having bad days and stuff. So whenever I'm going through hard days and whatever, I this is my bed right here, and all those are scriptures, and then these are prayers, and then things God has told me. Yeah, I'm really trying to lock in and get through this. I have this up too right here. Like, dude, I love God. I love Jesus so much. Like I said, He owes me nothing. He gave me everything. I owe Him everything. I owe my life. It just sucks. Like, there's certain people that you can't make understand that. I pray God speaks to them in a way they can't deny. Like, I hurt when I see people hurting. Like, dude, I wish everyone could know the Father, dude. Like, I wish so bad. Hold on, let me get my keys. I'll show you guys real quick because I got to get off soon. But I wish everybody could know the Father, man. Like, He's so amazing and so good, and just like His love is so different from people. Like, the love He gives, and it's just so different. And He never leaves you. But yeah, He this whole year I asked God to teach me how to be a husband, how to be a father, how to be a good person, and